Ish by Peter H. Reynolds. Ish. Ramon loved to draw. Anytime, anything, anywhere. One day, Ramon was drawing a vase of flowers. His brother, Leon, leaned over his shoulder. Leon burst out laughing. "What is that?" he asked. Ramon could not even answer. He just crumpled up the drawing and threw it across the room. Leon's laughter haunted Ramon. He kept trying to make his drawings look right, but they never did. After many months and many crumpled sheets of paper, Ramon put his pencil down. "I'm done." Marisol, his sister, was watching him. "What do you want?" he snapped. "I was watching you draw," she said. Ramon sneered. "I'm not drawing. Go away." Marisol ran away, but not before picking up a crumpled sheet of paper. "Hey, come back here with that." Ramon raced after Marisol, up the hall and into her room. He was about to yell, but fell silent when he saw his sister's walls. He stared at the crumpled gallery. "This is one of my favorites," Marisol said, pointing. "That was supposed to be a vase of flowers," Ramon said, "but it doesn't look like one." "Well, it looks vase-ish," she exclaimed. "Vase-ish?" Ramon looked closer. Then he studied all the drawings on Marisol's walls and began to see them in a whole new way. "They do look ish," he said. Ramon felt light and energized. Thinking ishly allowed his ideas to flow freely. He began to draw what he felt, loose lines, quickly springing out, without worry. Ramon once again drew and drew the world around him. Making an ish drawing felt wonderful. He filled his journals. Tree-ish, house-ish, boat-ish, afternoon-ish, fish-ish, sun-ish. Ramon realized he could draw his ish fillings too. Peace-ish, silly-ish, excited-ish. His ish art inspired ish writing. He wasn't sure if he was writing poems, but he knew they were poem-ish. Ponder, pond, ponder, dream, wander. Pond, pond, yond, yond, gleam, wander, Ramon. One spring morning, Ramon had a wonderful feeling. It was a feeling that even ish words and ish drawings could not capture. He decided not to capture it. Instead, he simply savored it. And Ramon lived ishfully ever after. The end-ish.
Alrighty, so after watching the reading of the book Ish, we're going to do a drawing, like a warm-up exercise for the year based on the book Ish. I think it's going to be a great way for us to kind of get back in the swing of things and loosen up a little and not feel like everything has to be perfect, but kind of more ish-like and being okay with that. So to start, let's go inside your art folder. And yes, you have a art written cover on it. I do not, but you do. And when you open it up inside, on the left, you have your paper for projects. Inside there, what I want you to do is take out the large green piece of construction paper and the 4 small white rectangles. They're blank, there's nothing on them. And before you say, "Wait, Mrs. Johnson, I only have 2 or 3, do me a favor." They get stuck together because they're so small. Kind of like peel them apart, see if there's an extra one stuck that you're not seeing, or see if it got stuck somewhere inside your folder behind another piece of paper. So take a second, find your 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of white papers, the rectangles, and your large green paper. The rest stays inside, you don't need it. When we're done with our project today, we are going to put it inside this side of your folder that says artwork to keep it nice and safe. Okay, I'm gonna get my folder out of my way. And you might notice I have a table protector here. If you want to, it could be a giant piece of construction paper, it could be newspaper, it could be really anything that's going to keep your table clean and safe. If you'd like to use one, you may do so. I always tend to use one. Alrighty, so we are going to draw a few things that are ish-like. Now, I'm going to tell you 4 different things, and I want you to do your best and just kind of get comfortable drawing again for the year, because it's been a while. Now, I wrote these on. Yours are blank. So I took the time and I took a Sharpie. If you want to use a pencil first, I would suggest that, and then trace it. And you could write these words as we go. So you're actually going to need something to write them with, and you're going to need something to color with. You could use marker, you could use crayon, totally your choice. The first one is boat-ish. And I'll leave that here if you need to copy it. The next one is fish-ish. The next one is house-ish. And then the last one, and I'm going to give you a choice here. You could do dog or cat-ish. I did dog-ish, you could do either one, dog or cat-ish. You may notice that I held 2 papers horizontally and 2 vertically. Here's why. On your green construction paper, if I were to take these, I couldn't fit them all vertically. I'll show you. I drew on that side. So if I were to take dog-ish and I also wanted my fish-ish to be held vertically, it doesn't fit on the paper. So one of them has to be at least horizontal on each side. If you want all 4 of your drawings to be horizontal, those will fit. So you could either do all 4 horizontal, or you could do 2 horizontal and 2 vertical. Up to you. Okay. So I'll leave these back here and give you a second to copy and write those down. Alrighty, so inside each one, I want you to kind of try your best to fill the rectangle and do your best. Have fun with it. I can go ahead and do one of them with you, but I want you to just really kind of go for it, and don't worry if it's not perfect. It's kind of like a warm-up for us. So, for example, fish. It could be any kind of fish. Same for the dog or the house. There's no rules of what it should look like. A boat. It could be a motorboat, sailboat. It could be a cruise ship. It's still a boat-ish. So go for it. Now, I have an example that I'll show you in a second, but your fish, I'll do with you. And then the tail. Maybe you want other fish in the background. Maybe you want a bunch of smaller ones, one big one. Has some sort of a fin up top and one down below. Maybe you can see the back of one poking out underneath. Nice big fish eye. Fish mouth. And any sort of design. Maybe your fish has a stripe here. And maybe it has some dots and marks on the fins. Take your time, add background. I could draw a coral reef. I could draw the color in the ocean, rock, starfish, up to you. Here is my finished product. Oop, all glued down with your glue stick to my green paper. It's already folded for you. All you have to do is open it up and arrange the drawings however you'd like. Again, you can't fit 2 vertical, but you could fit a vertical and a horizontal, or 2 horizontal on each side. Take your time and really color them in, glue them down, and then that way when you're done, here's my dog-ish, my boat-ish, I did a sailboat, house-ish, and I added some nice background, a walkway, and my fish-ish. When you're done with your lovely drawings, fold up your green paper and stick it inside the right of your folder that says artwork to keep it safe. See you next week.